5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Jim George must be somewhere around here. Jim is the owner of American Cable Services and Media in Motion, and he comes in here and allows us to pick his brain about these things called technology and gadgets. And Joe, what's your microphone? Number 6? Number 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, 6. We'll go with 6 today.
And Joe Martone is in the studio as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful rainy day. Liquid sunshine.
Let me push this button so we can see Jim. Hey, how you doing, Jim? Good morning.
Good.
You look nice. That blue shirt looks nice.
I'm doing my best. That's all a fat boy can do nowadays.
His best?
Yeah.
Is blue?
Is the best he can do.
He's in his blue period. Leave him alone.
So you got in without getting hit by the rain, or did you? You don't look wet at all.
Hey, did you guys talk to the Verizon guy about Verizon being off for like a half a day? Let's see, what was it, Tuesday?
He wasn't in since then, so no.
I haven't heard about that. I didn't know.
Yeah. I was driving back from Lake City and my cell phone quit working, and so I thought that's a blessing. So I'll just. I got back to the office, and none of the office crew theirs weren't working
What
either.
was the day we had no phone? Remember that was one day.
Yes, different situation.
Yeah, it was
Really?
one day.
Yeah, different situation.
Anyway, what happened was CenturyLink was putting in some fiber to a tower and cut the fiber that was already there.
Okay.
So that's why ours was out too.
Right, so it was
because
out
we
for
used their
about 5
towers.
hours.
Well, that's what I was asking. But Joe,
who'd you call to find out about
Joe said it
that?
was a different situation.
Oh,
Who'd you call to find out about
I went to Verizon because my phone wouldn't work, and they said...
Could you have Verizon?
Because I have Verizon. And they said, nope, the fiber's been cut, and you should have seen how many people have come in here. Oh, my goodness. Hundreds.
Now, when fiber gets cut, like you say,
Yeah.
they have to have a semi-sterile truck to reconnect that sucker,
Basically,
correct?
yeah, they have fusion splicers that splice it all back together, and they do it inside of a truck where they don't have... it's not so much the sterilization as dust.
The dust, right, because fiber optic is glass.
Exactly. And you heat it to fusion splice it, and it's got to be fusion spliced just right.
So the dust gets in there, it ruins everything.
Burns
right?
everything.
So this little trailer,
Moisture the same way. Moisture is a killer.
we see this little trailer come from Ocala driving around,
Yep.
and it has 2 slits on the side of the trailer.
Right.
Because logically, you can't put one in and one in the other, working the inside, and how you get it out.
Yeah.
Logically, so.
Right.
Now
So they slide it through the truck, and then
It'd be
they
interesting to
use it.
see how they do that.
Oh, it is.
Really? Oh, we bring a truck in next Friday and put it right out in front here.
Do they literally melt it?
Yes, they do. The
glass,
glass is
yeah.
melted.
So
but
it's-
it's melted instantaneously. It's like lighting a match.
Like
you know, it's
like a
just
weld of glass, like
a
welding
weld.
glass?
Exactly.
Huh.
And it has to be aligned up, so you just can't put fiber
right.
together. You got to put it together. It's got to be perfectly lined.
And how wide is it compared to like the width of a hair? How wide?
yeah, fiber is the width of a hair.
The width of a hair.
Yeah.
And how much information
Gosh.
goes through that? Is there a way
all of
to,
it.
Good, Jim. Good.
Is there a way for you to tell a layperson how many phone calls or does video?
gee.
Does everything go through there at once?
All right, so on.
So, but it's more than a wire would hold, right?
Oh, yes. There's 64 possible light frequencies in a fiber today. I mean, that's how far we've gotten. It was 16, now it's
I
64.
wonder how they figured out that.
And then each light frequency, which is like ultraviolet, ultra blue,
Colors.
the different colors,
Right.
each one is literally unlimited.
wow.
So one fiber, 64 different companies could have service
That's
to them.
amazing. Wonder how they figured that out. How did they figure out
back in the
that you can send stuff through light?
back in the 70s, I was involved in fiber optics, the making of fiber optic.
Oh,
And it starts. It looks like for size, it's around I'd say 8 inches in diameter and by 2 foot.
Uh-huh.
And it's one solid piece of glass, and it gets puts in a cradle,
Right.
and it starts spinning. And then there's these flames that go around it that circulate it, go back and forth, long ways, and goes back and forth and heats it. As it heats and spins, it starts pulling on the glass and pulling on the glass.
Oh, okay.
And as it pulls on the glass, it gets thinner and thinner, and then it goes in. It's put on a spindle, and
how
wrapped up.
interesting.
But logically, with the spindle, glass cannot do a 90 degree; it'll break. So it has to be
Right.
They're
Oh,
circled.
that is fascinating stuff.
Wow.
Again, how did they ever figure this out? Are you ready for a phone call?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Joe, you want to hear?
Sure, I can hear it. Go ahead.
You can hear it without headphones?
Usually.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, good morning. I'm not an expert on this at all either, but the engineers that I hung out with while I was in college told me that it's a variation on multiplex technology. If that helps clear it up.
Not for me.
No, I don't know what that means.
No, it doesn't clear it up for me.
That's what they told me.
Well, good. Somebody like you might understand it. Doesn't help me at all. But thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
Okay, doke. Have a good day.
Yeah. Well, somebody out there understood that.
Multiplex is like your phone. You used to have to say, good morning, and then over, and the other guy would say, good morning to you, over. And that was simplex. Multiplex came in, and you could talk over the person, which you find yourself doing a lot of times because you have an echo on the phone
Right,
or something
right.
or a delay.
Right.
Oh.
But so fiber optics allows for two-way communication simultaneously. It is multiplex.
So is the light a bigger spectrum than white light?
White light, you might say, is all the lights. In other words, if you have a greenhouse in your house, in your home, a little terrarium,
Right.
and you can buy a full spectrum light bulb,
Oh,
and it has all the light frequencies in it, same as sunlight. So it's like having sunlight in your terrarium.
Then you can read better.
And you can.
Now, what if you
definitely
only
read
have the
better.
red spectrum? What does that mean? Because I see that on some houses in
means
my
You're watching
neighborhood.
dirty movies. I don't know.
That's right, the police are coming to your door.
I do have a question for you.
Look at this rain. Oh,
Wow,
It's
it's
horrendous
huge.
out there
It's
right now,
huge.
folks.
oh man, a torrential downpour. Stay inside.
It is coming down sideways.
Phew.
I do have a question for you with the fiber optics chip. When I was with it years ago, it was straight. In other words, from point A to point B for simplicity, with repeaters amplified to keep going. They were working on what they call a cross fiber optic, where exactly it would cross over each other. So it would, in other words, think of it as a intersection where the cars can drive through each other and not collide. And they were experimenting with that, of course, with the color spectrum to keep it intact, the data intact. And they were experimenting. Have you heard anything about? Now this has been. We're talking 30 years.
If you
30 years
if
ago.
you think by a cross perpendicular to it, no.
Okay.
Everything is on one track, like a railroad track, just goes.
Okay,
from
so
point
it
A to
hasn't
point B.
been perfected yet.
No.
Why I don't know why they would perfect it that way. I guess maybe at junction boxes or something, but where it would be like a 90-degree, where that would take a left turn and go to somebody else. I don't know.
So is that all it transmits is information? It doesn't transmit electricity?
No electricity.
No, glass is a great insulator.
So in your house, would you have any reason to ever have fiber optics like from room to room? Would that ever?
Yeah, there are homes being built with multi-mode fiber behind the walls.
Multi-mode? What's that mean?
Instead of single mode. So single mode is the stuff you saw, which was real thin.
Correct.
Multi-mode is literally, it could be glass, but it also could be plastic. Plastic is very cheap. And so what happens, it's behind the walls, very flexible. You could almost tie it in a knot. Today's fiber can be tied in a knot to about maybe 1 inch in diameter. That's how tight you can tie it. The reason why you couldn't in the past is the light would escape. And there's the fiber, and then there's this jacket around it.
PVC.
And then there's a little bit of other insulation, and there's a jacket around it. So if I brought a piece of fiber in, it may look as thick as this cord. But when you take the jacket off, it's hair thin inside.
It's protective. Protective.
So they made the jacket so you can actually bend the fiber before, and it won't break or escape.
Oh,
I love this topic. Okay, I'm learning a little bit anyway.
No, the plastic. Oh, you go ahead.
We got to take a break. We'll take a little break and be right back. If you have any questions, you're welcome to call. The number is 622-9622. We'll be right back.
weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Friday, a rather cloudy, breezy, warm, or humid day. Periods of rain and a thunderstorm into the early afternoon hours, tapering to a shower late. Some of the thunderstorms may produce gusty winds, the high 72 to 76. Clearing Friday night, low 53 to 57. Saturday, sunshine, so clouds, cooler and less humid, the high in the low 70s. Sunday, cloudy with a chance of rain and a thunderstorm in the morning, highs in the 60s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Robin, let's try a little plant trivia. Name this nursery. It's a not-for-profit, and it teaches growing and caring for plants to their students.
Oh, that's easy. Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? It's a nursery conveniently located between Ocala and Bellevue.
Again, it's Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? A nursery with a wide variety of just what you need or want at the most reasonable prices.
Kenny's Place, of course.
Kenny's Place at 7677 Southeast 41st Court. Give them a call at 867-1213. It's a caring place for people and plants. It's Kenny's Place.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is the place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs, proud sponsor of Friday night Marion County High School football on WOCA, The Source.
Located in Ocala, Renstar Medical Research has offered a wide range of clinical research trials for 17 years. Renstar conducts clinical trials for conditions such as migraines, memory decline, fibromyalgia, and sun-damaged skin. To learn more, call Renstar at 352-629-5800. Help us create a healthier tomorrow by volunteering today. Please call Renstar at 352-629-5800.
The play How I Learned to Drive is live on stage at the Ocala Civic Theater January 14th through the 24th. Lil Bit is an outsider, and she feels an odd kinship with Uncle Peck, a charming Southern gentleman, until he turns predatory and molests his young niece during so-called driving lessons in his Buick Riviera. This Pulitzer Prize-winning drama is intense and at times shockingly funny. This play contains strong adult themes and language. Tickets are $25 for adults, $12 for students.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's return to Jim George. Professor Gadget, we're learning about a few things today. Well, one thing, basically, is fiber optics, right?
Yes.
So this is kind of your specialty. This is what you work with all the time.
All the time. And they have multiple connectors. You know, you think of coax, and it has different sizes and different connectors for the different size. Fiber optic can be the same size, but still have multiple connectors. Some are what we call lock-tool type. In other words, you turn it, you twist it, and it locks in. It won't fall out. Other ones are just like your phono. You just plug it in and hope it doesn't fall out. There's all different types of connectors.
Is this still fiber optic we're talking about?
Still fiber optic. Just the different connectors on the end.
Now because they're very tiny.
Can you split it? Like you can split electrical wires?
You can split fiber up to 32 ways, and each leg can be identical. In other words, what I mean by that is if you put 32 watts into it, that's not the real terminology, but if you put 32 in it, you could get one out of each. Or you could get 31 out of one and 1/31st out of the rest of them.
Really?
You can split light any way you want to split it.
So when your cable comes into your house, everything that you can watch on your TV is in that little cable.
In that little cable.
But your TV separates it all, makes sense out of it all.
Well, there'll be an ONT, an optical network terminal, that will do the conversion for you, and then coax to your TV or HDMI to your TV or something else to your TV.
So does fiber optics deliver in that same way?
Fiber optics will deliver all the content. A network terminal will put it into a format your TV can use it.
There you go. Now, we were off the air. We were talking about fiber optic glass and then fiber optic plastic.
Yes.
And we're talking about that. The plastic, you said, is good for in the home where you're putting all your connections, but not at a long distance like the glass is, because it loses the clarity, for lack of words.
Well, it's a larger diameter, but you would think larger would be better. But in this case, because of the impurity of plastic versus the glass. Now, you can get glass multi-mode, but there again, it'll only go like 1 mile. So you need the
now, we're talking plastic or glass 1 mile?
If it was glass, you could do about 1 mile.
Okay.
But that's what's called OM4. That's the latest multi-mode, fiber. But single mode can go around the world. I can put it on.
Really?
And, yeah, no problem. Now, according what Joe was saying, you do have to repeat it. The light will get less and less and less. And so the undersea fiber optic cables we have, they have amplifiers under the sea.
Really?
You know what powers them? The waves.
Really?
Oh, really?
Oh, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
So since light carries information, can we send information through a laser?
Yes.
Which has no physical thing? It just goes from one point to another?
The light's the carrier. The information is on the carrier. So you know how your radio station works. 1370
I have no idea how it works.
Is the RF carrier. You can either have information on it or no information on it.
That's right. Or
depends who's on the air. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Or did you pay the bill?
So okay, because we were looking at something. It was saying how to eavesdrop on somebody. It was like a spying tool. And what these kids did, they took a laser, like a normal laser pointer you play with your cat with, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they somehow figured out a way, like if we're talking in here, our sound is being absorbed by this glass.
Yes.
So that kid could be over there with his laser pointed at the glass. It'll reflect back to him, and he could eavesdrop on us, even though if he was just sitting out there, he couldn't hear us.
To an extent, yes.
It sounds muffled.
You could not do it very far. But,
could you, for example, send a message to the International Space Station with a laser?
No.
No.
No. Because where you think the International Space Station is, in other words, if you were able to see it from the ground, let's say on a clear day, and it was in a certain orbit, it's not there. That's where it was when you saw it.
But, light travels. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, as far as like a scientist could figure out the mathematical number, and
now they do everything RF frequency, radio.
That's easier.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier.
Much easier. And they do it with different bands, like shortwave bands.
Any microwave done?
No, not microwave. No, shortwave bands.
So the microwave didn't use that.
Now, microwave would be a broad spectrum. Like if I wanted, years ago, we used to send channel 6 from Orlando up here to Ocala with microwave. Now they have, they're transmitting and you pick it up. Done. Mm-hmm. RF.
So everything is happening around us. At one time, there was you can't say there was no radio signals, but before radio was invented, there was no signals from us. Anyway, it might be coming naturally from the planet or from stars or from extraterrestrials or whatever you want to throw in there.
Well, here we go.
but at one time, there was none. I mean, did that affect us? I mean, does it affect us at all these waves and all that? Or maybe some people believe it does and others.
Well, RF energy depends how, if it's strong enough and you're close enough, it can affect you. That's what Tesla found out.
I'm real close to it, aren't I? Sitting right here?
No. You're all shielded. Everything you have, from your monitor to whatever, if you look on the back of it, even your cell phone will say intrinsically safe.
But in the old, I know you don't remember, or you never probably were there. the old studio Rob and I had WTMC. I mean,
Right.
we were literally as close to the transmitter as that wall is to me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the transmitter was.
Tubes.
And that's why you glow nowadays.
So were we been exposed to radio waves or something?
They would pass right through your body. They're passing through your body now.
There's a lot of stuff passing through.
That's where you start every morning. Yes, we know. Yeah.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Here we
again.
go. Yeah.
Well, and it used to be with telephones, when you bought the wire to hook into the phone and hook into the wall, you had to actually look at that little plug-in thing, because they had maybe like 4 of those little gold things, or maybe there were 2 gold things in there. If you bought the wrong one, it wouldn't work.
Right. There's a keyway, that little notch that stands up on your phone line or in your Cat 5, and that lines it up for you.
Professor
The key
Gadget.
lines it up for you.
Oh, okay.
Do you get tired of people asking you gadgety questions?
No. They usually don't. They usually want to know how to fix something. They don't really care how it works. They just want to know.
Oh, really? Really?
So you can fix it. I broke it. Or it broke. I'm sorry.
And that's what your business is doing, Media in Motion. If people have a computer and they need to get it repaired, they just bring it to you guys and you
Right.
take care of it.
We had a couple of people come this week also and bring their laptops and such. And plus, we go to them. We're servicing an RV park out in the forest called Tall Timber. And it's a retirement, older park. It's probably been there 30, 35 years, a lot of RVs. People come in for the winter. Their computers don't work. They call us up. We go out. We grab it. We can usually fix it on site if it's a virus or something like that. But if it's something where they lost their sound card or the motherboard's bad or whatever, we can advise them it's not worth fixing, or yes, we can fix that.
And you have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Hugh calling in. See, the other day I had to update my light bulb situation at home here by all the different watts and that. And I remember back a couple of years ago, they had all this baloney about how they were going to change light bulbs, and they're all going to be looking like a squiggly-looking light bulb.
Yeah.
As it was shopping, they all look the same to me like they used to look. Well, what's the deal on that? I thought we were supposed to change over to a different kind of a bulb.
Well, it's the law in some cities and some states where you can no longer buy the little incandescent light bulb. But as you know, you can go to Lowe's, any place, and still buy them. So they would like for you to change over for several reasons. One was power consumption. It takes more power to operate the little screw-in light bulb than it does the ones that you buy now. But now the latest fad, and seems to be here to stay, is the LED, the light-emitting diode. Those lights are so bright. It is unbelievable. If he were to put them, he has 5 lights above my head that are the ones that you're speaking about. If he were to put LEDs, this orangish yellow room would turn to white.
Wow.
And it would be,
That little light you gave us is really bright.
that's an LED.
That's cool.
Isn't that bright? That is a bright light.
That was a bright idea you had there. So we'll have to change all these LEDs, and it'll make it really bright in here.
Incandescent
Brighter.
and
Go ahead, Hugh.
extra longer light bulbs.
Yeah, incandescent, fluorescent, all that stuff's going away. As a matter of fact, in my own kitchen, I updated about a year and a half ago, and I only did half the kitchen with the newest light bulbs to come out, supposed to be brighter and everything. Now I'm changing them out to LEDs. When you see one LED 4-foot long light that replaces the fluorescent, you'll go, wow, that's more light than my 4 fluorescents put out.
And the same ballast runs it?
Actually, no ballast.
So you have to disconnect the ballast.
You just cut the ballast out. Power goes to one end only, and you're done.
Oh, my.
It's like plugging it into the wall.
So you have to then do you have to actually change the fixture itself?
The picture.
Fixture with an F.
Oh, no. Nope. You can keep the fixture. You can keep the ends. Everything's the same. It's amazing what's coming on. I mean, just change out the light. And they last I just changed the one over my sink, and it's got a 10-year warranty.
Wow.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
I know. And normally
How are they going to stay in business if people don't keep buying bulbs?
Because there's millions and millions of people who do not have LEDs yet.
And new construction, and they had new.
Yeah,
Remember LED Clampett? Remember her? Oh, that was Ellie Mae Clampett. Sorry.
Only Larry.
If you have a computer that needs to be fixed, go to Jim George over at Media in Motion. If you need answers about your cable and all the other gadgets, American Cable Service, is it the same number for both?
You can call the same number. I'll make sure they get to the right proper person.
And what is that number?
854-9795.
All right, 854-9795.
And Trish is here.
Yay!
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. In the search for two Marine choppers which collided